Okay, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the new podcast. This is a Fans View podcast. I'm going to get someone on every single week, as many people as we can every single week if we are going to be stuck in isolation. Tonight, keeping me company, you all know the guy on top there. Everyone, say hello to Paul. How are you doing, Paul, lad?
Yeah, I'm alright, mate. I'm good, thanks.
Good, mate. How are you finding isolation, mate? I bet you're struggling, aren't you, pal?
Keeping it real. That's all you can do. There's not much you can do other than sit in your gear.
Oh,
it's absolute torture. I tell you.
Oh, mate, I can imagine.
It's killing me.
How many kids you got in that household, mate?
3 and 2 dogs.
Oh,
telling you, mate. I've even had to get a council haircut off the wife, mate. It was that long, the wife had to cut my hair. What has down. That's how bad life's become. The wife's not even proper hair clippers. It was dog clippers for the dog. I'm telling you, mate. That's how bad it's been.
Oh, God, right. And obviously there at the bottom of the screen, you all know Owen from the fan cams. He's been on with me before as well. Owen, last time we spoke, mate, you was on your way down to London to see folks. Sort of was in the thinking that they might have actually caught COVID-19. How's it all going, mate? Any news, any updates?
Yes, I'm back in London and drove down when I don't even know what day. Days don't really matter anymore, do they? Back at home. It looks like my dad kind of got a mild version of it, but my mum is pretty bad. She's in bed. Can't really eat, hasn't really eaten for a few days. But I think she's getting gradually better now. But yeah, I'm sort of confined to one area of the house. Can't really do much. Not allowed to leave the house now for 14 days. So the back garden is like now my only place for relaxing. It's just FIFA, uni work, and a bit of suntan in the back garden. I think that's about it.
Oh man, that's harsh. Everyone who's in the comments, hello to everybody who's come in. Just let me know if there's any echoing on anyone's voices. Apparently Paul's echoing a little bit. I can just adjust that. Just let me know. Let me just see now. I'm just going to work on this a second before we carry on. Might as well, we've got a bit of time. And we'll hit the subjects. Let's see. Let me just say, bad echo. Right, okay. I don't think we'll be echoing now because the volume's down. I think that should be okay. Everyone just let me know that I'm okay in terms of me speaking now. And then we will go on to checking on the lads quickly. Both are echoing. Yeah, I thought they might be. I can deal with that from this end. Right, so I'm going to hit the subjects, and then Paul, I'm going to come to you first, mate, obviously. So, in terms of where we're at football-wise at the moment, mate, obviously now no one's got anything to report. Is there sort of any realism in any of the reports that are going around at the moment? And it's like a case of clinging on to any news that we can, but can we believe anything in the reports going around, mainly Sancho? I know a lot of people have spoke about this already, but Paul, I just wanted to get your views on it quickly, mate, because I've not spoke to you for a few weeks. So in terms of the transfers, Paul, where are we actually at? How are you seeing things right now? Are we looking like this could be a realistic thing? A lot of people are saying Jadon Sancho, mate, they're putting their house on him now, that this could be a done deal, mate. Is that how you're seeing it? Are you confident this is going through?
Well, it was 2 days ago. Every newspaper was reporting he's coming to us no matter what. But then today I've read he's not, if we don't get Champions League football. So you can't got to take everything with a pinch of salt at the minute. No one knows when football is going to start again. No one knows when the transfer is going to start again. At this moment in time, I don't think you can even be linked with anyone, because the whole world, not even just football, the whole world is in uncertainty. No one can plan anything at this moment in time. You just got to sit and wait. And when the time does come and they realise when the transfer window is going to open, when football is going to start again, because when's the transfer window going to start? Can we sign him in July and he can play the next 8 games for us or whatnot? You know, no one knows at this moment in time where this football's heading. It's crazy times.
This is it, mate.
But listen, if we get him, mate, I'll take him all day long, man. Sancho, Martial and Rashford are front three. That's challenging league titles, that I'm telling you. That is a front three to challenge a league. And you know what the best thing is? spend some big money this summer when it comes, yeah. And listen, this will be fairy tale of all fairy tale. The season gets wiped, it gets cancelled, and next season we go on and win the league. Imagine the uproar I will be giving Liverpool fans after that. Oh my days!
Mate, you'd be taking the
I'm
super
telling
Uber,
you,
mate, to work to get there extra early.
My God, just imagine that. Imagine that.
Oh, go on, Owen. Owen,
Never live it down.
what was you saying then, Owen, mate?
I reckon Paul would let us play Glory Glory Man United then if that happened.
Glory, glory, Man United. I think Paul would let us play that at Old Trafford all day long if that was the case, mate.
Yeah.
Quickly on you, Owen, there, mate. I mean, are you taking any of these rumours seriously? I mean, some of them have been credible sources, the usual clientele like Romano. I mean, I always listen to Fabrizio Romano. He's usually pretty much the one who's bang on. Him and Damasio. Usually, I don't know why it's the Italians who always know everything before anyone else, but they seem to be bang on every single time. And he's saying there is definite talks going on with United. They've been going on between United and Dortmund for a good year now, mate. And we spoke about this literally. It was a case of if we weren't in the Champions League or not last summer, then it would have happened then, mate. I mean, have you heard anything else? Are you taking any other credible sources? Or have you heard anything different other than what we've heard already?
Anything you see now, it's something that, so say like the likes of Fabrizio Romano, but it's copied and pasted again and again. I'd say it's probably the same source, just reused for Twitter and for Instagram and different things like that. There's no groundbreaking thing that's going to come out. Until you arrive at Carrington or something like that, it's going to be the same, rumours tit for tat, but I don't know. I can't see anyone spending, upwards of 100. It's probably 120 million pound signing. It depends. It all depends on how this situation goes, and if we finish the season, before July, August. Like Paul said earlier, what happens? Does he come in? Is he then able to play the last 9 games? If we sign him in July, there's so many different things to it, and so many different things you have to look at, and I think getting this season finished and done first is got to be the first priority. And I feel like as a result of that, you're going to see the transfer window pushed back and possibly even limited to a very small scale, not the normal 2 months, maybe a 2-week period or something like that. And it could be chaos and a bit of fun maybe as well.
Yeah, mate, going quickly, I'll come to Paul's opinion on this in a minute, but I had a thought the other day. It wasn't so much the other day, it's probably today more than anything. While we sat around doing absolutely jack, all these thoughts come into your head. I mean, for me, I reckon they're going to try their best to give Liverpool this title and get this season finished some way, somehow. I don't think it would be a bad idea while clubs are getting back on the feet financially, just for next season. Let's just forget the transfer window. Should clubs be able, with what's happened, to make their deals as and when they earn the money back as such? Should we just say for next season alone that, the transfer window shouldn't really be in, or should it be extended to a certain amount of time? Or maybe a 2-month window every single time? Is that a way forward? Could we look at it that way and say, look, that's the only fair way for everyone to start recuperating and earning a little bit more money, and have the window open for them to spend as and when they make it, just so they can catch up? Go on, Owen, mate. That's for you, mate.
Oh, was it? Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was for Paul.
No.
Well, this is going to be a complete anomaly in terms of, if anything, it's never happened before, and they're going to have to, get creative with it, and because everyone's bored now, everyone misses football. We all miss football. They're going to have to try and the season being finished is the main priority, I think. And as much as Paul said earlier about the Scousers not winning it or whatever, you want to see it finished. And if we did, if the season had carried on the way we were going. We were absolutely, we were on the form of our lives, and we were doing really well. We could potentially be looking at a Europa League and FA Cup final in a top 4 position. You have to think about yourselves and how you.
Not worse to see Liverpool not win the league for me, 100%. I will sacrifice a whole lot.
You stop them having the official.
Well, it's not official because they've not won it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're still going to. It will still probably get handed to them. Yes, it will have an asterisk next to the side.
I think it'd be embarrassing for the Premier League if they handed them. I don't think every league at the moment are looking at cancelling. So the Premier League can't just say, yeah, well, carry on. Every league are looking now at the verge of voiding the season. That's the only possibility you can get round this coronavirus. Void it. Let's start again.
That's it, mate. I mean, Paul,
what's the point in ruining 2 seasons for one? Because you're going to ruin next season. You're going to ruin the Euros. How far do you let it go?
That's it.
As bad as it is, as much as it is as awful as it is. The only good realistic opportunity is just void it and starting again, like everything in life.
We spoke about this on a previous video, mate, didn't we? It was a case of do we void it now?
Again with players, people going about players. You don't know how they're reacting. Listen, we're all sat at home getting pissed up like football. Kyle Walker's shagging brasses, so you know what I mean. You don't even know what they're doing with their lifestyle. These players might just come back absolute off their head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'll be joining all us at Alcoholics Anonymous.
Cool. I mean, like maybe in the 90s or the 80s, but I feel like they were all very strict up. Maybe lower down the leagues. But in terms of Premiership players, they're on the strictest, most. They've all got health. They've all got
dietitians, times.
Personal trainers. I'm sure out of our squad, I'd say pretty much every player has a gym in his house. It's not like
not the gym. It's not the keeping the football. It's just to play in the football and stuff. Innit? It affects. Listen, people don't know. You don't realise there's players out there who go downhill from stuff like this when you don't hear, and later on in life you realise. Look at Gascoigne, what he's like now. This is going to affect some players. I tell you, there's going to be players who are going to take a hit with it.
Yeah, mate, it's like
having no football. That's all they live for.
It's like I said the other day. I was talking about it on another video the other day. It's like when this is like such an anomaly, it's such a crazy time that when the football starts again, every single club is going to have every single player from top to bottom fit and raring to go. It's like our team's going to go out and actually spend loads of money because, you know what, it's like Paul said then, who is going to come back in the mindset ready to go from where we took off? Is it a case of like, do we have to void it now because it's been such a massive break? Are these players going to be able to cope coming back with going straight into the last quarter of a season, which is pretty much where we're at now? Are they going to have the mental? Are they going to be there and raring to go at the same peak they was exactly when we took off, when we cancelled everything, when it all went down to coronavirus and everything got cancelled? I mean, it's like Paul said then, Owen, mate, it was like a case of if they come back now, United, on the crest of a wave like we was, and then all of a sudden you're coming back to a Spurs team that's got Kane fit, Son fit. Is there a shout to say, you know what, this has come? We obviously know it's come at the wrong time for us, Owen, mate, but there's got to be some players in there looking at it now. You've seen what Grealish has done, like you said, like Kyle Walker, like Paul's just come out and it's been let loose today, partying, organising parties. I mean, for me, I can't stand Kyle Walker anyway. I think the guy's a prick, a first-class prick. Some of his antics that he's done in the past that people don't see, I just don't like the guy. But needless to say, he's done this now at probably the worst time, especially with everything going on. The club's in the news more than ever with what's going on with loan payments and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, mate, can we be 100%, like Paul says, confident that these players are going to come back raring to go from where they took off?
Well, you can't. No, you can't guarantee shit. Like you can't. But like at the same time, like everyone else is in the same position. Yeah, it might be unfair for us, and it might advantage other teams, but the fairest thing is to finish the season, and it might not be like it might give Spurs an advantage because Kane and Son can come back in, but at the same time we could then be an advantage because Rashford to come back into the team, and you see, and teams for up and down the division will get players coming back, and there's a likelihood that a lot of players will get coronavirus as well, and some of them might not. Like Arteta only had very mild symptoms, so did Hudson-Odoi. Like certain players might get it and be fucked for 2 weeks, and it could. And that's the danger of bringing the league back is if one player has it. So you're one player out of the 22, everyone in that pitch is getting infected, and then probably and backroom staff and stuff. So it was spread very quickly then. So they have to make sure, if they are going to do it behind closed doors, that it is in such a safe manner. Because if one player gets it, it's the biggest fuck up for the Premier League of all time.
That's exactly it, mate. I'm just going to go through a few of the comments quickly, so we got on. Just mention a few names. Man like Mo, how are you doing, Mo, mate? I've not spoke to you for a while, probably about a week. But it seems like in football terms, a week is an age right now. There's a few people having certain private conversations. Nazuddin's come on. Hi, all. Sorry I joined the show so late. Nice to see a new face on the show. How is everyone? Big up to Owen on that one, I think, there, mate. That's why I got Owen on, people, because he has some good views, even though he's half cooked every time outside the game. But that's just another.
I'm not always half cooked. I'm not. I know.
Hey, I don't blame you, mate. I'm the same.
I've watched this year. If I weren't half cut, I don't know how I would have watched it. Burnley, you had to have at least 4 or 5. Watch it naturally.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, no, I completely agree on that one, mate. There've been times when alcohol's been needed to watch United this season. There really has.
And Chelsea at half time, everyone, I went in 15 minutes late into the second half. Everyone was still drinking.
Oh no. Greetings from New Zealand, says Mark Johnson. How you doing, Mark? Anyone who's got a question for any of the boys they want to ask or for me, throw it up in the comment section there as well. I'm just going to go on to the next topic I wanted to talk about. And I know there's a new one every single day, but I'll throw 2 at you. And this is 2 players that are at United, but in different circumstances altogether, Owen. Smalling apparently has said he wants back to United now. That's a rumour. And there's a rumour that Lingard is on the radar for Arsenal. Give me your instinctive thoughts straight away on them, mate, off the top of your head right now.
Right. Smalling, I'll have back in the squad, no problem. Lingard to Arsenal, that's got to be a joke. Please, if it isn't a joke, I kind of want to sit in a weird way. I love Jesse, but I don't think he's good enough for the squad anymore, for the team anymore. Happy as a squad player, but my God, if he went to Arsenal, the meltdown that Arsenal fans would have, I'd kind of like to just see them have a little bit of a meltdown. Could you imagine DT when he started calling him rat face and the abuse he's given him?
Yeah.
That would be I think it's a bit of a. I don't think Jesse really warrants a move to Arsenal, to be honest. I don't think he's. I wouldn't start. I can't see him starting for them. I wouldn't have him. I don't know. If I was an Arsenal fan, I wouldn't be excited about that.
No, mate, no. I think I pretty much on tone with you there completely, Owen. Paul, are you any different to Owen's thoughts there and mine? I can't see being too far out, mate. But what do you think to them 2 rumours today, mate? Are you good on both of them to go ahead?
Yeah, same as like say, Jesse's his time to leave. His time served at our club now. He's got bringing no purpose to be part of the squad anymore. He's gone. He's finished. He's not part of the squad anymore. So it's pointless. Let him go. With Smalling, bringing Smalling back, that's just taking a backward step for me. Once you've gone, I don't ever agree with anyone coming. Once you leave this club, you don't come back. I know it's only a long spell, but what benefits will it bring him going and coming? I don't think it brings any benefits bringing Smalling. Well, let's go out and get on. Let's give Axel a go. You know what I mean? We don't need we're not really desperate for Chris Smalling at this moment in time. We got Bailey back. We got Lindelof, who's looking likely he can step up. That Luke Shaw. I love Luke Shaw at the minute playing centre back. For me, I don't think there's no space for Chris Smalling in this squad anymore.
No, I mean in terms of loanees again, you're going on there, Paul, about loanees, and obviously the first name that comes to mind that sends a shiver down every United fan's spine when it comes to loanees.
Let's not talk about Sanchez.
Alexis Sanchez, Paul. I'm gonna give you the floor, Paul. You go ahead and say what you want to say, mate. Alexis Sanchez, there's a topic just for you, mate. Because you nearly blew my garage off one video talking about Sanchez.
He's got all come at once.
Gordon Bennett.
You just can't talk about. Can you? You know what? It's boring now. I just. What can you say about him if he actually comes back?
West Ham, mate.
Since Jolly said them comments about him coming back, he has actually been all right. He's actually not mentioned any more shit. I don't know what the problem was, but I don't know. Sanchez, no chance. If he's just coming for his wage because we can't get rid of him. But Hopefully we can get rid of him. There's no way you want Sanchez back in that team. I don't give a fuck. I've been waiting for 2 years for him to do something. He's done shit, mate. There's no way he's finding his form back ever again. And is he even playing for Inter? Is he even actually playing
He got
the game? I
badly.
don't think he's playing.
He set off all right, I would say, but he is injured now. I think he has been injured most of the season. I think, but in terms of Sanchez, I heard today. I seen the rumours online that West Ham have actually been in touch regarding Sanchez. Owen, have you heard anything on that as well, mate? I mean, West Ham interested in Sanchez. He's got to be a player you just go, see you later, mate. You can go join the same bus, get the same airfare with Jesse Lingard and go.
I mean, do you know what? I mean, I'm in London at the moment. If he wants to, you know, when the travel ban's lifted, if he flies straight into London, I'll drive him straight to the fucking Olympic Stadium if he wants. If that's his move. I'll pick him up. I'll pick him up from Heathrow. I'll even pay for my own parking. I'll drop him straight to the Olympic Stadium. If he goes to West Ham, that's the most West Ham, like the stupid, like the dildo brother move ever. But I could see that happening. They're linked to, like, you see in James Rodriguez getting linked to a lot of, like, you know, Everton's and West Ham's and stuff. It's going to be a weird transfer window. I think you're going to see a lot of like what you think of relatively big name players moving to what are traditionally smaller clubs, like Coutinho getting linked to Leicester as well. You could potentially see a summer where you see Coutinho move to Leicester, Sanchez move to West Ham, and James Rodriguez move to Everton.
Yeah, mate, it's
you said that 5 years ago, that would have been fucking insane.
Mate, it's unbelievable because I think who was it in the comments there? Who's just made a good comment. Just let me double check there. So Lou Karevsky, I hope I said that right. I'm sorry, mate, if I said that wrong. But he says, what about a swap? Send Sanchez to China and a swap for Igalo. Let Igalo stay at United for a little bit longer. I mean, in terms of...
Hey, that's a no-brainer with Igalo. We've got to sign him up. I want him signed, man. I love the kid.
I was going to come on to you about Igalo then, Paul, actually, mate. It means...
Yeah, I think the commitment, what he has, I think that's the type of signing Ollie wants to sign. Now, players who want to play for his club, who've got the heart to get us back, who've got the passion to get us back where we belong. And Igalo, he's done now wrong. 15 million. You know what I mean? I know the talks of the Wolves striker keep getting linked with us. But for me, listen, let's stick with Igalo, Martial and Rashford. That's enough backup power. And then Sancho, including that, there's enough backup power there. Do we really need another striker?
Yeah, mate. It's like you said there, mate. In terms of looking for an out-and-out striker, I don't think you necessarily need to get a number 9. If you're bringing in the likes of a Sancho, we can play it differently. You've got Greenwood to come back in, who is obviously any signing of a striker now is going to hamper his progress. I mean, a lot of strikers would give the left arm to get 12 goals in the first season, especially as a 17-year-old lad. I mean, that says a lot. And for you, Paul, Igalo's definitely got the quality. Would it be like a 1-year rolling contract like Fergie used to do with the over 30s at United? Just let him just sign it every year, see how he does for a year, then just re-sign a year contract. Would that be a sort of deal what you would be looking for with him?
No, listen, I'd give him 2-3 years. Forget the quality. Listen, we know the quality. Yeah, we've done the quality. We've done the Pogbas. We've done the Sanchez. We've done the Lukaku's. Quality doesn't matter now at this club. It's all we need is drive and passion and players who want to be there and get us back where we belong. We've done all the quality. Look where it got us. Let's stick with these players who want to be with us. Look at Bruno. The kid come along. Look at him. He wanted to play with us. Igalo, he wants to play. Listen, for him, when he played, come on against City, mate, I just fell in love with him, man. When he was taking the piss, when they're trying to take it, I thought, yes, you are my type of player.
I mean, Owen, where you at with Igalo, mate? I mean, are you like on the thinking of Paul's level there? He's because of his mentality. Is it a mentality thing that we're looking at now?
Mentality thing to a point, but you do have to have ability. I mean, you know, the three of us have all, you know, dying passionate United fans, but we'd all be fairly shit, you know, in a game against City.
Gallo's doing the bit, so when he's doing his part.
I won't lie, but yeah, I feel like what someone said in the comments there about swapping him for Sanchez. I think that would be a deal, and I feel like was it Shanghai SIPG or one of them? They'd be probably keen on that because Sanchez is a big name player still, and if they're willing to offer Igalo 400 bags a week, they'll probably pay Sanchez the same. So just do a swap. If we offered them a swap deal, I feel like they might consider that. But I can't see United just doing that again. But I don't know. I'd say Igalo will probably sign on a year deal or maybe a 2-year deal, max 2 years. And I'd say use him as a rotation player, and him and Greenwood sort of swapping that second striker role of being the one that plays in the cup games and gradually come out of the side and Greenwood take over.
That's it, mate. I mean, going on, I'll pose this question to you actually now, Owen, because Mo's just posted it in the comments section now. I'll come to you on it in a second, Paul, as well, because I know you'll have a say on this one. It's all going over these transfers that we're saying, but he says if Pogba stays, we're only going to get Sancho, and that's what Ed Woodward will do. I know his game ain't falling for it, but Pogba goes, he will get 2 or 3 plays. So what Mo's trying to say there is if we do end up keeping Pogba, it's probably only going to be 1 player coming in, because I think he's not going to have... I know we've got money, but I think he will, like a lot of other clubs and a lot of other owners, just be a bit more cautious with the money right now. And I think if he keeps Pogba and we bring in a Sancho, then we have got a lot of options in attacking midfield as well as strike force going forward there. The question is though, Owen, mate, I mean, this is a very, very split fan base when it comes to certain players, and Pogba's one of them right now. Is Pogba, I can't even remember if I spoke to you about this or not. In terms of Pogba, where are you wanting him to stay, and do you want him to be straight back into that team when we kickstart again? Is he going to be the player that's going to sort of give us that extra edge alongside Bruno? Can we fit him in with Bruno? And then if you bring a Sancho in, the options are there.
Him, Bruno and Fred as a midfield can fit. But I don't know. I personally, I've been anti-Pogba. I think what I said is epitome of what most fans think. I said it before. I think it was after the Arsenal game. I said, look, I'd love to see him succeed because he's a great player and he's an amazing player. I'd love to see him do well at United and win leagues with us. But if he doesn't want to be here, he can fuck off. Do you know? Like, and I think a lot of people have that train of thought of, yeah, we know you're a great player and you're amazing, but whether you want to be here or not, if you don't want to be here, there's plenty of people that would.
Yeah.
So, and I think this whole thing of signing 2 or 3 players, I think that is speaking about how good of a fucking player that Pogba is that if we do sell him, we are going to have to sign 2 or 3 players in order to replace him. Right. And I also think that the Grealish signing, I think Grealish is a great player, but Grealish and Bruno operate in very much the same area, that 10 role, and just floating just off to the left, maybe sometimes from Grealish. I feel like the 2 of them would not complement each other well in the midfield. I feel like you'd have to have likes of Ndidi or Kante playing behind them in order to cover. And I'm capable of doing that, and unless we sign Ndidi, and I don't even think still then that's a viable option. But I think I would be happy if we just kept Pogba, signed Sancho, get Igalo on a 1 or 2 year deal, and I think that solves the striking problem. And then midfield, we're linked with Donny van der Beek again, and that's again I'm not too sure about that. He's quite similar to Fred, but I don't know. Indeed, he's the dream, but I just can't see it for the amount of money it would take to bring a player out of Leicester.
Yeah, Paul, I mean, in terms of the same question to you, mate, really, Pogba staying, is that viable for you? Can you see that working now? I know you've had an opinion on Pogba in the past. I mean, we all have, to be honest, but a lot has changed now and the circumstances are no way near the same when the shit originally hit the fan with Pogba. But in terms of where Pogba fits in, does someone drop out straight away for Pogba with you? Or is it a case of we try and find a spot for Pogba in that team? Has that been an issue with United before though, mate? Trying to find a spot in the team for a certain player, and that's where our sort of balance has gone by the wayside? You could really say that, because right now, the team we've got playing right now, mate, who drops out for Pogba? There's a question straight away, mate. Who drops straight out?
Exactly. And is it really worth unsettling the squad again? We've gone through all the Pogba stuff before. Do we really want to go back to it? Like previous, listen, now we got Bruno, yeah? There's no way Pogba's playing behind that striker role we all wanted to. So now he's going back to the defensive role, which everyone moaned they didn't want to see him. But like you say, Pogba's an unbelievable talent. And you know what? If he goes this summer, for me, yeah, he won't be missed. But I would love just to see the one game with him in the midfield with Fred and Bruno, just the one, just to see what it, because that is an unbelievable three midfield: Pogba, Fred, and Bruno. You don't get more silky than that. That could be dangerous for midfield. And then you got a front three with Sancho, Martial, and Rashford. But do you really want the bad apple back? Listen, we know the situation with Pogba and the upset he done with, not even just with the fans and everything. Do we really want those fans split again over Pogba? We've got past Pogba now. We're playing the best football we've played in 2 years under Ollie since he first come in. We're playing the best football at the minute. We've got momentum behind us. We're playing well until all this shit's died. But do you go back to the Pogba days, shooting him? And I don't know. Like I say, for me, I won't miss him if he goes, but I would like to see him in the team.
That's it. It's like
Bruno.
It's like Christina just said in the comments there. It's a good point. He says whether we like it or not, Pogba will stay. Neither Real or Juve will have the money for him. I take it she's meaning with everything that's there going on right now.
He's going to be nearly out for a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's been out for a long time.
I mean, what is he?
You know what I mean? I know you don't lose it, but you know, sometimes it can affect you when you've not played football for that long.
I'll tell you one thing it can affect, one thing it will affect, mate, and that's the price. If a player's not playing, then the market value obviously doesn't reflect reality, does it? Let's be honest. I mean, that's another point there with Christina saying that. It's who can afford him and what is his actual price. I mean, what would you put on him now?
With Adidas, and he's on every poster, he's on every fucking advert on telly, he's on every poster outside Old Trafford. He is the commercial, like, you know, he's like what, you know, he can compare him to like Beckham, like back in the day. Like, he's on everything. He's on literally everything. He's got a massive social media following. The commercial value of him alone to United, he has to be sold for 100 million plus. There's no questions about it. And if he is, and I reckon what probably is a likelihood of happening is him going on, having a decent year with us, you know, possibly, you know, finishing top four, you know, maybe some silverware, and then having a decent Euros with France, and then moving on next summer. I think that's the most likely option, and he'll move to Real Madrid. He'll have had a good Euros, and hopefully we'll get 120 million for him, and we can rebuild from there. But I don't think he's not invested at United. He doesn't want to be here. Like, he doesn't see. I think he might see a bit of a project somewhere, but he doesn't see it himself in it.
Yeah.
And I don't think he wants to be here. But I don't think he wants to go another 2 or 3 years possibly without winning a title. And I don't think he would say that they're winning that title in 3 years' time. He could have gone somewhere else.
Yeah.
I don't think he cares about United that much.
I just lost your sound a second then, Owen, mate. I think it just went a bit crazy there. Just apologies to anyone who didn't hear that last bit on Owen there. Well, I mean, Paul, to finish up on the player squad before we move on, I think right now with a Sancho coming into that team, I don't think we're pretty much there in terms of challenging for the title just yet. I feel like we need to build a mentality and a winning mentality, and obviously Sancho will give us that and will help that. In terms of big time players to change that winning mentality, would Pogba be ideal for that? I mean, would he be the man and the mentality of winning the trophy? Yeah, we can say he's a bad egg off the field, this and that, but do we need that little bit of a mix? Now we've got rid of the likes of Sanchez and Lukaku and all these problem people. If Pogba coming back into this team, I mean, right now, would he be a player that would help us mentally with him having won titles, won World Cups, won everything there is?
There's nothing Pogba's not won, so to say, so clearly he will bring a winning mentality with the players. He knows what it takes to get over the finish line, but like you say there, like, does he want it enough? That's the problem with him. Does he want it enough to succeed with us, or is his mind already set elsewhere with Real Madrid? That's where the problem comes in. If he's set and he wants to do it with us, let's go. You know, he's the type of player who could make us finish from 4th to 1st. I'm telling you, that's the type of player Pogba is. When he's on his game, he's on his game. There's no better player than him. That's why we went all out to get him. But then we've seen too many bad games from him, and that's a problem. But then you can say, has he had the good quality players around him? Which is not, to be fair. He's not. He's playing with a load of shit. Lukaku, he don't run for shit. He's playing with shit. So now we've got a bit of energy about our squad. Let's see what he can bring. Listen, if he stays, he stays. If he goes, mate.
That's it, innit? It's like them comments that Lukaku came out with today, saying he's matured as a player. Now he's moved to Italy. I mean, you know my feelings on Lukaku, Paul, mate. I mean, I've gone off on my own rants about Lukaku. I can't stand the guy. And it was funny. It got posted all over Twitter. I don't know if it was tongue-in-cheek, but Matic jumping in on his Instagram live video telling him to shut up, which was quite funny. I actually enjoyed seeing that. I'd not seen anything of it, and I don't know if it was tongue-in-cheek or if he was joking around with him or if he was serious. But it just made me laugh on that. But I think that pretty much covers up all of the squad at the moment. I mean, we're just waiting for everyone to come back and see how everyone is, how they take to it, like we said. But moving on to the next subject, which I wanted to talk about and get everyone else's opinion, because it's something that sticks with me, with everything that's going on at the moment in football, well, not just football, in the world, in business and everything, with me and my business obviously struggling and things like that. But Liverpool have joined Spurs now in the forlorn payment for all the playing staff. The non-playing staff will all go on forlorn payments. I understand what contribution massive companies and football clubs make in terms of paying on tax, but these are multi-million pound profit making juggernauts of the world. What is, in my, how I put it out on Instagram earlier on, would it be a case of how much percentage of a playing staff's wage or a director's bonus would it take to actually just pay these non-playing staff at a club? Do they really need to go up there to the top of the queue to hit these forlorn payments, because all those smaller businesses are going into it as well? I know it may seem like I'm jabbing at Liverpool here, but for me, it was an absolute farce. It's an absolute disgrace in the way it's been done. They can survive and they will come through this, but it just seems like they're protecting their profits now, and that's just what it cries out to me. And the state that we're in now, I just wanted to get your both opinion on it. Paul, I'll come to you first, mate. I mean, we're both working class lads. We all are, all three of us. And to hear something like that coming out and to be knowing that they're in the mix to actually get these forlorn payments as well, it riled me a little bit. And I just wanted to get your thoughts quickly on it, both of you, where it's at, because I don't know if I'm on my own in the way I'm thinking. It just got to me a little bit. That's all. I just wanted to see how you thought on it, mate. What you reckoning? Is it mate, typical Liverpool?
It's an absolute disgrace. Like it's been going out there on Twitter. How can they ever use that "You'll never walk alone" slogan shit ever again? They can't use it because that is disgusting. Because later on down the line, me, you, and every one of us who's work, we will be paying for this. There's going to be because some comeback. To be paying it with our taxes. So basically, we're paying for a club like Liverpool and Spurs put their staff on furlong. Are they taking the piss? How much profit does that football
167 million
in a year? You know what I mean? And they got to put and how much are they going to pay for staff costs there? What they lose out? 100 grand maximum on their non-playing staff maximum. And I think it's an utter disgrace. And that's even more of a reason why I hope this season gets void. Not just because I despise Liverpool, but the fact is how they've treated them staff is disgusting.
Mate, it is.
It's disgusting. It's
Owen, mate, let's hope your
and the government should get away with it. The government should refuse it. That's how it is. The government should in this moment in time where the country's gone absolute pear-shaped. People are just trying to take the piss and use the government's scheme just for the sake of using it when they don't need it. This is to help people who genuinely need it. It's not make people redundant. Not for people who've got a load of money and don't need it.
Exactly that. Owen, mate, I mean, are you of the same opinion on this, mate? I know it's Liverpool and we all want to jump on anything that Liverpool do because we hate them. But for me, Spurs kicks it all off and we know how much money they've spent on things and we know what bonuses these directors get. I mean, I know United are probably going to follow. So although we heard today that United were looking seriously and talking with Sky and other companies of how they can really donate and make a difference with the NHF and really back the NHS and certain parts of where they can actually do something that makes an impact. So, I mean, that's all good. If we stayed away from it, I think it would come off really well on our club, mate, if we stayed away from all this. We make more than enough to pay non-playing staff wages. It's not even a fraction, right? And
any Premier League club should be paying all of their match day staff for the rest of the season. I think Brighton were the first ones to come out and say that they were paying all match day staff for the rest of the season. I think that it shouldn't be really a question. People who are working, not regularly or just. Like myself, a lot of students that work on match days and stuff that kind of do depend on that to pay their rent and stuff. And you look at, what they're earning and what Levy takes in dividends at Spurs. Like a lot of my mates are Spurs fans. One of my best mates, he was saying it's a piss take. He's literally, and he did. If you do look at it, it's because he is he's a business savvy man. Whatever you want to say about it being immoral and stuff, it is an opportunity to save money, and he's taking it. It's fucking wrong, and he shouldn't do it. And the club make more than enough money in order to pay that, and not to take it out of the taxpayer's pocket. But it doesn't seem like he cares, and he's just trying to make as much money as possible for his club and for himself, really. Himself and what's the other actual owner of Spurs? His name escaped me at the minute. The fella that just sits in the shot and doesn't really do much.
The silent billionaire.
Yeah, like it's fucking sad, to be honest, to see that. And I really, really hope that you'd see Harry Kane and Jordan Henderson coming out and saying, as players, we're going to do a collective, in a whip round kind of way, and just say, right, well, we're just going to play from 10% of our wages is going to go towards paying the playing staff into the NHS or something like that.
Yeah, that's it, mate. It's like what Harry Maguire said the other day. Paul, I mean, did you see it, Paul? I mean, I Instagrammed it back out straight away. It's like, why has it took our club captain to actually come out and prompt the rest of our players to actually donate to what is seriously going on out there at the moment? I mean, Harry Maguire, I mean, the guy is he's just living up to everything that I hoped he would be when he came to United right now. He talks the talk, he's walking the walk on the pitch right now, but what he's doing off the pitch as well, and what he's done this late last week it was right up there for me. But why? I mean, we're living in an age now where these players now are being brought back down to reality in a way. I mean, have you ever seen so many Premier League players or superstar players on Instagram Live? I mean, every time you turn it on, there's a player that is a Ferdinand. I've seen Memphis Depay, I mean, Darlow, I've seen Chong on there the other day. All these players are like, this is what it's like. This is a reality check for them, that you cannot use your money and your power right now for yourself. The only thing that you can physically go out and use your money for is a good cause, because nothing else is open. You can't buy anything else but food. So, you know what? You sat on your fortune there that's being pumped into your bank account every month. Why don't you take it upon yourself to actually go out there and make a difference? You know what I mean? Give something back to the normal people, the paying going fans, the NHS, who are on their knees at the moment. I mean, we're up to nearly 5,000 dead now in this country alone, and nearly $3,000 of that's come over the last 2 weeks, near enough. So, I mean, I'm all for Harry Kane. I'm a big advocate of his. I love him. And for him to come out and do that is great, but it just pissed me off even more that the players didn't do it of their own accord. I mean, they're all over social media. One Instagram post or one tweet would make a massive difference to anyone who's working in the NHS. I know they've come out and done the little videos here and there, but put your money where your mouth is, basically, is what I say, Paul. And I mean, did you see it? Did you see what Harry did?
Definitely. No, personally, I've not, to be fair. Listen, I've had no time to look at anything when you're running around after 3 kids, trying to learn them school, trying to make sure they get enough extra. Mate, your time's as busy as anything at the minute in my house. It's hectic as fuck. But no, with regards to them, I think players are getting scrutinised too much. Don't just turn this football players because they earn so much money. It's not that if they didn't earn it, the club owners would take the money. So you know what I mean? It's either the players who are doing the hard graft on the pitch, training every day in and out, keeping themselves fit, having an active lifestyle to make sure they're fit enough to play, or the owners get it. I'd rather any player who plays on that pitch and puts a United shirt on, I'd rather them get it than the owners. But I think the players are getting too much scrutinising here, especially with Matt Hancock when he come out the other day and playing footballers. What's footballers got to do with it? They're all doing the part. People don't like to show what they do. Look at Rashford. He's going doing stuff in Wivenshaw, NHS in Wivenshaw. They're all doing the part, mate. And I think for Matt Hancock to come out and scrutinise the footballers over there, I think that was a bit of a disgrace. Like Wayne Rooney said, there's more millionaires than footballers out there. Look at all these businesses, the big CEOs of all these big banks, these big companies. Why not go after them?
We know.
Don't go after football.
We know we're not going to get anything off the banks, mate. I mean, we bailed them out back when it all hit the fan for them, and when, like I said, my business is literally on its arse if I don't get backed by this, by the bank and the government funding that they've promised us, which still isn't there yet. I'm looking for other work now just to pay my staff. Literally, I'm looking to take another job on to pay my staff. That's where I am. If the government funding does not come, or they make an excuse for picking out certain businesses and who is eligible for it, everyone should be eligible for it. It's like you're going on there, Paul, about it's not just football players. No, my point is, I think it should be second nature to back who backs you. And that's how I've seen it with the football player. I don't agree on anyone calling out players. I wanted people to come out. I wanted the players to come out of their own accord and do it. I'm not for anyone shouting them out. It's not their fault that this has happened. But in the whole world right now, we're just looking at the way there's like a hierarchy. And like you said then, Paul, the main focus has to be on the Ayatollah, the owners, the bank managers, these footballers. Yeah, these people, the owners, they're the ones that should be the ones making a stance, saying, "Look."
They're making a big dollar, mate. They're making that big coin.
Come out and just don't. Like, I think the epitome of that is that Jeff Bezos guy that is the CEO of Amazon. He has, he's the only, billionaire that has he's not donating any of his fortune when he dies to any charity. It's all going, still inherited within his family. He is, I think that inherits a lot of, the modern money mind, just everyone for themselves kind of thing. And you see it now with people who've been brought up, kind of right. Just, you look after those who aren't as fucking fortunate as you, and you try and take care of everyone as a community, and you look after each other. And, it's you see little nice things, and I think that's what's picking everyone up. Like when Alderweireld, I seen today, went on FaceTime to a nurse, and she was a massive Tottenham fan.
Exactly.
Just doing just try and do anything. Just
try and do little things. Like I said, it's like a tweet or an Instagram post or a live video from any one of these players goes so far. It's unbelievable. We see what the players do at Christmas when they go around to the children's hospitals and things like that. That's a year's worth for them people, and it's amazing. They have the power, and it's the people above them who are sort of hanging them out to dry in a way. Like Paul says, they're the ones who are hanging out their players, the ones who are earning the money at the clubs, to dry, and it's that bad. Alien Tenno in the super chats there says, "We are Man United, lads." Yes, we are, mate. Yes, we are. And just to go on, a little bit of a light-hearted sort of topic before we finish up. I tweeted it out earlier on. I don't know if you've actually seen it or if anyone's actually seen the so-called kit for next season of Manchester United. Paul's going to love this one because I looked at it and I was waiting. I posted it out and I thought, you know what? I'll just see what everyone else thinks of this. Now, I'll say it now. It is the rumoured kit, and this could be like the one that they leak out just to get the feedback off everyone, so they know not to make the mistake. But as soon as you add yellow to a red shirt, straight away it shouts out to me, and everyone in my comments said exactly the same thing. It shouts out Liverpool. Now, for Adidas to do that, and I understand the logo, the Chevrolet, it's got elements of yellow in it and all that, but to have it actually in the stripe and the pattern of the actual shirt was an absolute piss take for me. If that is the shirt for next season, that's one shirt that I will not be buying. Paul, have you seen the rumoured shirt, mate? Have you seen anything of it online?
Nah, I've actually not.
Oh, he's got it up there. It's hard to see it there, but it's got...
But it looks
like it's like someone's just been sick all over. Yeah. When you're watching them and you think, shit, oh my god, what for those what's there? You're like, I'm just gonna be sick on my shirt.
Please tell me that is only.
That's rumoured though, isn't that?
Oh, it's got to be. I'd rather have that. I want that shirt. What Owen's got on the Rude shirt, man. It just reminds me of Rude there.
That's it, mate. Right, the one that Owen's got on there, Owen, your shirt there, mate. Like Paul said, the Van Nistelrooy shirt there, mate. The good old days when you knew you had Warriors going out on the pitch.
My brother, they're all my brother's old ones. He was 12 years older than me, so I've got loads of fucking lovely old kits, thankfully knocking about.
The Yap stands and all that.
Mate, the Vodafone shirts are the best. Have you had a few? You've had a few comments in the comment section about that shirt already, Owen, mate. So you're doing well there, mate. You're doing very well.
Have you got a name and back?
No, I've got. There's a blue one.
Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got one of them with Rooney.
Nice one. No, that's quality. That's quality. So I can pretty much safely say that's a definite no for Paul and a definite no for Owen in terms of that shirt. It is rumoured. I will stress that is.
I don't get where the Liverpool remembrance comes. It don't remind me of Liverpool. It just reminds me of me being sick when I'm pissed up and after the match when I'm
training. It really looks like a training.
It does. It looks like the training top would actually be better than the actual playing shirt, mate. That's what it looks like. Someone said to me, and this was the best comment I got on it actually on social media. He said it actually looks like a bus seat, like the pattern you get on a bus seat.
Stagecoach.
Stagecoach, Paul. Yeah, we see that all the time, mate. That is exactly what it looks like. It is, mate.
It's all about the magic bus, mate.
It is.
Magic bus, mate.
The magic bus.
The magic bus.
The £1.
Yeah.
£1. God, not the cheeky cunts. Oh my God, they're taking this virus. They're taking the piss.
It's been 150 since I'm living in Manchester. 150 since I'm living in Manchester. It's been
Oh,
150
mate.
for 3 years, though.
Well, last time I got on a bus, I remember paying £1, mega pound bus it was called, and it was the magic bus.
Oh, it was, Paul, wasn't it, mate? I remember getting on the bus for 32p when I was a young whippersnapper. I remember it.
When you used to press the machine and you'd copper it drop down the side and you pick it up.
Oh, God.
Oh, it goes up to 250.
Oh, mate, I think Owen is a completely different generation to us. I think Owen's the new age. He's living through a different age. I mean, Owen, when was your first game, mate? By the way, I want to just get this out to both of you now. When was your first game at United?
Do you know what specifically? I can't remember. Like, there's no because my dad's had season tickets at United since 2001. So I was born in '99. So I've been going up since I was, 3 or 4.
Whoa, 99.
You missed the best days, kid.
Born in '99, July. Born in '99.
Oh my God, Owen was born, Paul, literally just after the best summer ever, or in the middle of the best summer ever.
You know, Owen's dad was nowhere to be seen in that July after he just that treble kid. I tell you.
Stay because he couldn't go to Barcelona.
Oh mate, that's horrible. That's horrible.
You're definitely not his favourite with a good start with your dad.
No, you're definitely not. You're definitely not the favourite, mate. Paul, when was your first game now, Paul, mate? Can you remember it?
Do you know what? One sec. You know what? It's funny that because I was going through old pictures the other day. Let me just get this one picture up on my phone. That was my phone. You know what? I've not changed. I'm on top of the seats like I'm about 10 years old. I've got my flag going and everything. I tell you.
Do you remember who we played?
I don't know. I think it was Aston Villa. I think it was the FA Cup game when we was in Aston Villa.
Oh, mate. So you was actually at Villa Park?
That was the phone. Yeah, I've been at Villa, yeah.
Oh, so that was your first...
I don't know when my first game. I don't know when my first game. Oh, my God, mate. You're talking about years. It's just one of them. You just go. Turn up and...
Yeah, I remember mine was. I think we was playing QPR and I was standing up. There weren't a seat around me. I was standing up. Couldn't believe it. That was the good old days. Good old days.
Weirdly though, my first memory of a game is a horrible one. It's when we played Chelsea away.
Oh mate, I remember that. That was just the start of the Mourinho era, wasn't it?
My first memory of going to a game. Just sat in the away end at Chelsea, and we got. I think it's 3-0 in the end, wasn't it? And they absolutely tore us apart.
I think it was the Mourinho era. That one was it just the start of Mourinho?
Yeah. It was. I don't think it was start. I think it was second season of Mourinho.
Yeah,
Was it?
I think
Ranieri
Ranieri was the one who bought Joe Cole in that massive summer when he bought about 20 players, something crazy like that, wasn't it? Glenn Johnson, Joe Cole, all these players have started turning up at Chelsea, didn't they?
I was about 5, so I can't really remember. To be honest,
but you remember Joe Cole tearing as a new one, though.
I remember Joe Cole tearing as a new arsehole. That's what I do.
Paul, you got that picture, mate?
Oh.
He's digging in, mate. He's digging in.
So this is what it does to you. You just look at old photos, don't you?
You do when you're doing nothing, mate. It's all about memories, innit?
You just sat there and you watch him. You think, wow, photo after photo.
Crazy.
Must have had every United shirt going. It's
crazy. I do. I mean, my favourite player, I think, when I first started watching United was Mark Hughes. Oh, I can't see it. It's too blurry. So I get the gist of it, but.
I'll have to get on Twitter again and start putting it on.
Yeah, you have to send the picture and I'll post it out to everyone, mate.
I've got one, right? I've got one. I swear the T-shirt must be touching my knees. I said, "Mummy, you're taking the piss. You must have got that on a pass down, mate." I'm telling you. I swear, what? I thought you didn't take me out like that.
Oh, God. It's been a good one. Right, boys, I'm going to finish it up there anyway. We've been going for about an hour, believe it or not. I don't know where that time has gone, but... if you wanted to get in touch with any of the boys, just give me a quick message. I'll put all the links up in the description for the socials and everything like that. You know all my socials below. Obviously, I will be back in the week as well. And don't forget, if you are up for the FIFA challenge with me and Alfie, get into my comments below when this video goes on YouTube. As always, I'll just keep mentioning the FIFA thing just to give people a little bit of entertainment and a laugh, because I am shocking. But Alfie is pretty decent, so we've been sort of holding our own against everyone so far. But just going to come to the boys individually. Paul, thanks very much for coming on, buddy.
Yeah, no worries.
You stay safe, mate. Yeah, love to the family, pal.
Let's keep going. Nice one, fella.
Nice one. Owen, cheers for coming on again, mate. I hope your mum and dad are good, mate, and your 2 weeks isolation down there goes okay, mate.
Yeah, definitely, Owen, man. Let's hope we get a speed recovery.
I've got my Salford City career.
Sweet as.
Amazing.
Right, I'll speak to you boys in a minute. Thanks everyone for tuning in and watching. Cheers for all the comments. Take it easy, stay safe, people. And a big shout out to all the NHS and anyone who has been affected by the coronavirus and anyone who's suffering with family members or friends, obviously. Our hearts go out to all of you, and hopefully everyone who is suffering gets a speedy recovery and we're back on track sooner rather than later. Stay tuned, people. I will be back through the week as always. Hit me up on the socials. We always have a good laugh on there. There will be live streams on Instagram as well, so stay tuned, people. Take it easy, stay safe. I'll speak to you all soon.